There was a young lady named Maria who flatly refused to let me see her. She said, if you want a date, bring me something ornate. That reminds me of Tormina. Geranium man here. I've got great news. Guess what? I'm in love. I've just met this girl named Maria, and she's told me where she lives, and she says if I bring her something ornate that reminds her of Italy to her bedroom window, she'll open it and I can come inside and play Scrabble with her all afternoon. I just can't wait. This is going to be fantastic. So I've decided that to impress Maria, I'll do her an Italian terracotta pot with a scarlet red geranium. That will definitely be as Italian as you can get, and I'm sure I'll get to play Scrabble with her in the afternoon if I do that. There's a couple of things you've got to remember with terracotta. It's porous, so it dries out. So what you need to do is make sure you have a high quality potting mix with terracotta, and while I don't like saucers with geraniums, you can use a saucer with terracotta, provided you let it dry out before you re-water it, so it's not sitting in water. Right, the best quality potting mix you can possibly use is to go to your local nursery or garden centre and get Koi Chip 60/40 pith to fines. It's open. You can see how this is a wetted up one. Look how much air that holds. It's porous. It allows the pot to breathe. It re-wets really well. It won't crack and shrink when it dries out. And it has a great pH, so you don't need to lime it. Also, it's sterile. Before you can be an artist, you must first be a scientist. Now, koi peat is sterile. This is a good thing, but it also means that it can be invaded by bad pathogens really quickly and really easily. So all you need to do when selecting a plant, you see how healthy this one is. If we tip this out, and you see the white roots, you smell that, and it has a lovely fresh smell. Now obviously you can't do this in a garden centre unless you buy the plant. So there are some telltale signs you need to look for that will indicate a healthy white root system, and if it's got a white root system, it means it's full of healthy microbes. Those healthy microbes will invade the sterile potting mix and fill it full of good fungi and bacteria. It's sort of like probiotics for the soil. You've heard of Yakult, something you drink for your gut. This is the same idea. Now, obviously you can't pull it out of the pot when you're at the garden centre, so you look for something that is indicating unhealthy roots. A geranium where there's only tip leaves and no bottom leaves, that's a sign of poor roots. Geraniums that are burnt along the edges, this is another sign of a sick root system. Problem being the roots can't absorb the water, therefore the leaves can't transpire moisture, so they burn along the edge. Another one is floppy plants. This is also another sign of diseased roots. Now I would never give Maria anything that was floppy. Right, because we're trying to make an Italian presentation with terracotta, big red, although it's a fantastic plant, it's too much blue in it. You don't see Ferraris driving around the street blue red. They're scarlet red, fire engine red. That's the Italian look. And she'll think she's back in Tormina. So you've got to find a plant in a garden centre that colour. Now I've dug around and I've come up with this one. It's not in full flower, but it's got a lot of bud on it, and I reckon that'll get me a game of Scrabble. I'll just show you how to repot it. I think the root system on this is really healthy. We'll just open it up and have a look. It's a nice healthy foliage. The leaves are shiny. There's plenty of buds. The buds aren't brown, so I reckon the roots will be nice and white. So let's have a look. Oh yes, look at that. You cannot have white roots without healthy microbes. These microbes will infect this sterile potting mix. It's exactly what you need to happen. So, not knowing what this potting mix is, it's best if you knock it all off so that the plant is growing in an even media. So you just gently massage that mix off and you'll expose the roots. There's lots of fibrous roots here, and this is because it's come from my nursery, and we actually inoculate all our potting mix with trichoderma and mycorrhizal fungi. You can buy that online. It's well worth experimenting with. It creates a very, very hardy plant, providing you use it in this sort of mix. So there's that root system. That is just going to power away. Right, so now we need about half a block of this koi chip to fill that terracotta pot. So look how porous this is. It's so beautiful. This is why I keep promoting it. I only promote products that I believe in. There's nothing in it for me. I just know that it's essential that you use a high quality potting mix when doing gardening. So the plant costs you a fortune, so why cut corners on cheap potting mix? If you want a good result, you've got to use the best material. And I honestly believe koi chip is the best thing you can use in pot plants. So that much, a pot this size would need no more than 2 dessert spoons of Osmocote with trace elements, 8 to 9 months. Now people always ask me, how often should I fertilise my plants? If it says 8 to 9 months, it's every 8 to 9 months. It's that simple. So you must mix that in, however. It's not a lot of fertiliser. That's got everything the plant needs. Mix that in thoroughly, and because the pH of koi is so good, you don't need to put any other liming or dolomite or anything else like that in it. It's stable, won't break down, it'll hold its shape forever. Look at that. I might actually put one more in. I can tell from looking at it how much you need. So that's all mixed in thoroughly. We'll get our plant. There it is. Now we become the artist. We might put a handful on the bottom. We sit that down. You must sit them down low so it doesn't look, so it looks better when it's sitting low. Then gently fill that up with the koi, and you're almost there. Looks like a game of Scrabble coming my way. Lucky me. I reckon that looks as Italian as you're ever going to get. So there you have it. You've used science and art to create a product that will last for years and years and years. I'm sure I'll get a game of Scrabble because of this. The most beautiful sound I ever heard. Maria, 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 Maria. All the beautiful sounds of the world in a single word. Maria, 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 Maria. Maria, Maria, Maria. I've just met a girl named Maria, and suddenly that name will never be the same to me. Maria. I've just kissed a girl named Maria, and suddenly I found how wonderful a sound can be. Maria, say it loud and there's music playing. Say it soft and it's almost like praying. Maria, I'll never stop saying Maria. The most beautiful sound I ever heard. Maria.
Get lost, geranium man! She only likes daisies! Here, have a cold shower!
Daisy doll!